This is unit 1 or lesson 1, okay? Pages 5 through 6. And we're just going to, let's talk about that. They give you a math practice problem, and then we're going to do this together, all right? So in number 8, they tell you, look at the picture you drew for problem 6. So in problem 6, you drew this, right? This is what you drew. You had, it said, 4 apple trees with 5 apple trees in each, right? So you had 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you had 5 in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So look at the picture you drew for problem 6. There you go. Explain how you decided what to draw to help you solve the problem. Well, some of you drew what? What pictures did you draw? My 10. Yeah, you drew circles and you put them in groups, right? Others of you did what? So you basically, your trees, your circles represented trees, and then you put smaller dots in each one and 5 in each one. Okay. Anybody did it in the right? Okay, because you could have done this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows with 5 each. Okay. Are both of these correct? Yes, I could do both of those to solve the problem. You did the array perfect. Yes, excellent. Awesome. Travis? Okay, now look at number 9 and see what it says. Number 9 says, look at problem 6 again, okay? Then it says, draw an array. So now I have to draw an array to show the equal parts. So it says that I have 4 trees. How many rows am I going to need? How many? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many in each row? 5. I already have 1 there, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my array. That's my array. Now look at number 10. Number 10 says, look at the array below. What multiplication equation can you write for this array? Okay, so my multiplication equation will look something like this. Okay, I need a factor times a factor multiplied by a factor equals my product. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. Okay, my first one's going to tell me how many rows do I have. So how many rows do I have?
5.
Here's 1 row, and here's another row. How many rows do I have? 2. So then my second factor is going to tell me how many are in each group. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many are there? 9. So 2 times 9 would be? Okay, I could, if I know what 2 times 9 is, or I can just count all of them, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 2 times 9 is 18. Yeah. So the first number tells me how many rows. The second number tells me how many in each row. Okay. And the last number, which is the product, tells me the answer. And it's called a product. Product is the name for an answer to a multiplication equation. So talk through these problems as a class. So we're going to chit chat, right? Then write your answers below. Travis, you're famous. Travis used the picture below to write the multiplication equation 4 times 6. All right? 4 times 6 equals 24. Because how many groups does he have? How many groups does he have? 4. And how many in each group? Right? Oh, hold on. So right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The question is, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Well, he needed to have, okay, first of all, if he was going to keep the 7 out, they look like cherries, the 7 cherries, he needed to change this to 7, right? But his equation wasn't that. His equation was 4 times 6. Okay? What would he need to do to his equal parts to make this true? Natalia? Yeah, Natalia. What would he need? He needs to take away. He needs to take away one of these to make it 6. Then he would be correct. His equation would be correct. He would have 4 groups with 6 each. However, he doesn't have 6 each, does he? He has how many? 7. 7. He has 7. 15. It says Amelia used the array at the right to write the multiplication equation 3 times 2 equals 6. All right, that means because we have how many rows? 3. And how many in each row? 2. So obviously, oops, 3 times 2 would be correct. It's 6. Okay. Now the question says, what multiplication equation would Amelia write if she added another row of 2 triangles to the bottom of the array? Okay, so am I adding another column or another row? Yes, it says another row. So I'm adding another row. Now, what would be my equation? What would be my equation? Alice? So are we adding or multiplying? Four times 2 would be, Alice? 8. Would be what, Alice? Thank you. Here's an example that they give you. The problem says there are 2 leaves. There are 6 ladybugs on each leaf. How many ladybugs are there altogether? Write a multiplication sentence or equation, same thing. All right? So they're 2 equal parts, right? They're 2 equal groups. 2 equal groups. This group and this group, okay, of ladybugs. Each ladybug has 6. Each group has 6 ladybugs. So here's your multiplication sentence. 2 times 6 equals 12. Now it says use the picture below to answer problems 1 through 4. Okay. It says how many equal groups are there? So how many equal groups are there? 3. Of course, there's 3. This group, this one, and this one. So there are 3 groups. Okay. How many ladybugs are in each group? 4. So then how many ladybugs are all together? Oh, I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or, oops, sorry, not 4. Whoops. Pull them all together. Okay. So what would be my multiplication sentence about the number of ladybugs? 3 tells me how many groups there are, right? Times 4 tells me how many in each group equals 12. That tells me how many all are all together. So number 5 says we need to solve this. I need to understand the problem. How do I do that? Well, by reading it and finding out important information. The basketball card has 3 shelves. That's right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Each shelf can hold how many basketballs? 5. There is already 1 basketball on each shelf. Draw the rest of the basketballs to fill in the card. So what am I going to do? Draw the rest. So if I already have 1 basketball, how many basketballs do I need to draw? 4 more. On each shelf or line, correct. Just do circles. Don't take forever to keep drawing. Just do circles, please. I need to draw 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it says, look at your picture of basketballs on the court, on the cart. Think about the basketballs as an array. Okay. So how many rows do I have?
3.
How many in each row?
5.
Again, how many in each row? So 3 rows and then 5 in each row. So how many basketballs do I have altogether? 15. What would be my multiplication sentence or equation? 3 times 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. Multiplication sentence or multiplication equation, it's the same thing. Okay, so 3 times 5 equals 15. And make sure you're writing it there at the bottom. You're writing it there at the bottom. Sorry about that. That was the bell. Now 7 says, fill in the blanks to represent the array of basketballs with a multiplication sentence. We did that one already, Sam? Okay, 8. Write the multiplication sentence to represent the squares in the rectangle. Okay, the first product is going to be what? It tells me how many rows. So how many rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 rows. How many in each row? 3. So how many altogether? 18. Number 9 says, draw an array. Okay. Draw an array of square tiles to show 4 times 6 equals 24. Draw an array. Okay, of square tiles. So what that means is I need to draw something like this that represents 4 times 6 equals 24. All right, go ahead and do that for me, please. This is what you should have. Okay, it says draw an array of squares. So I need obviously squares like that. Okay, I like to start with a rectangle first. Okay. And how many rows do I need again? 4. Easiest way to make 4, I'm just going to draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And I just made 4 rows. Okay. Now I need how many in each row? 6. So I'm going to draw 5 lines to make 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's what your array should look like. Now, some of you did it this way. You went like this. 5. You went like this. If you did this array right here, this one, if you did this array, and then your multiplication sentences would have been 6 times 4 equals 24. But do we want 6 times 4 or 4 times 6? 4 times 6.